is.
Well, he called it right, Cass. Where's Jason off to?
Is he going to get another ball, or is he taking time out?
Well, he's not going to run away from his title defence. He's just
I know what he's
popped down for a chat with the fans.
I think he's asked the young lady down there with her poster just to keep slightly still while he's on the approach. But that's no problem.
What a lovely way to do it, though.
Unfortunately, an open frame. So he's gone through the 200 barrier, but this is James Tidd's chance. Working 4 strikes in a row. Foundation frame, frame 9. This for the lead.
And the birthday boy nails it. He's looking really, really good.
And doesn't he know it? 5 strikes in a row.
Cass, this boy's got a chance.
Well, we're now nearly halfway because we're coming to the end of the first game. And as I said, if he can get to the halfway stage, be in touch, it looks as though he's going to be in the lead. The pressure is all on the reigning champion, Jason Belmonte.
And look what a difference that open frame makes. 5.68 versus 5.34. That's their maximum scores that they can get from here if they continue to strike out. Which Jason Belmonte is more than happy to do. Yes, give yourself a pat on the back. He's had a bit to deal with over the last couple of frames. I thought he dealt with that situation fantastically well. Just jogged down there and asked one of the fans just to keep a little more still with the cards that get waved about to signify strikes.
A strike for the first shot in the 10th frame gives him the opportunity to shoot 2 more strikes and a game of 230, which won't be disastrous. He'll be in touch.
No.
Very unlucky indeed. Brings the Tenpin in the corner. Just hit that pocket so hard. These brand new pins don't fly around quite as much as pins that have been had a few games on them.
Well, one thing we know about this man is that he can deal with the pressure. We've seen him on countless occasions at this tournament come through very difficult situations. Well, he's done it. But that is not the score that he was looking for. 224 then to Belmonte. It's about par for someone of his quality.
Yes, and as you said, Simon, that open frame in frame number 9 did so much damage. And Jason actually knows that.
There's your confirmation. Belmonte's in trouble if his opponent, James Tidd, can put the pressure on still further. No. That was the first sign that we've seen that James Tidd was aware of his situation up there on the stage. I'm sure that a thought went into his head there, Cass, this is my chance.
Well, this would have been the ball, wouldn't it? But look, see how wide it sailed out. He's got the reaction. He's come roaring back just in the wrong place. Didn't make the pocket. He's left himself the 3 and the 6 pin, which should be a straightforward spare for the left-hander. He's sent the big hook down, covered it nicely. He's going to earn himself a bonus ball and will take him to 240 plus. So he will be in the lead after game 1.
He is having a ball out there. What a birthday party for James Tidd. Now, let's tidy up from him. He's already got a 2-pin lead on Belmonte.
Yes, plus the spare, plus this ball, which is 9.
Well, not quite what he was going for. But James Tidd of England will definitely go in at the halfway stage with a lead in this match. Confirmation of the scores then that they could get. This one is very close indeed. 5.45 is what Tidd could get to. So at the end of the opening game, James Tidd of England acquitting himself very well. 2.45 for him. Plays 2.24 for Jason Belmonte, the defending champion.
Welcome back to the partycasino.com World 10-Pin Masters. It's a fascinating tussle between the defending champion and the man making his Masters debut. Belmonte and Tidd matching each other ball for ball. For Belmonte, the form guide is there for all to see. The defending champion, with an average of over 235, produced a perfect game on the way to the Masters title. He's always looked at home on this lane, but maybe this year things aren't quite as he remembered them. Something has unsettled the Australian out there in game 1. Will he redeem himself in the second? For the man making his Masters debut, the stats aren't quite so impressive, but his form is still pretty good. A
Qualifier for this tournament, his average of 225 suggests he may provide his opponent with more questions than answers.
Well, in game one, Tid certainly kept pace with the mighty Belmonte. He has grounds for optimism in game two. Let's rejoin our commentary team of Cass Edwards and Simon Golding.
21 pins adrift. And if James bowls another game like his first one, I can see him going through.
Beautiful start. The second game then underway for James Tidd with a strike. Now we know that Jason Belmonte is going to respond, and I think it's going to be more about how James Tidd copes with that when it happens than how well Jason Belmonte actually plays. I think that's where this game lies, Cass.
Well, I think James has got the lane beaten, which is the major thing.
Another stumble. Well, it's
Jason's
legal.
Yeah, Jason's okay. He didn't go over the line. He didn't deliver the ball, so he started and gather his thoughts.
And these are heavy objects, Cass. They take quite a bit to stop. The bowling ball, of course.
16-pound bowling ball. Absolutely, yeah. Now, Jason's been averaging over 600 revs for every ball that he's bowled for his strike line. Wow.
Well, he's there. He's made another one. Not the most convincing strike that he'll throw, but he'll take it.
No, he'll be quite happy with that because he's got the chance to shoot another 11, which he'd very much like to do. What a time to shoot a 300 game. And he may well need to do it the way young James is playing. Gets the ball off a lot smoother that time. Slightly out of the pocket. Gets some pin action. Shoots all 10.
Belmonte sporting a wedding ring this year, something he didn't have last year. Married to Kimberly during the course of the last 12 months. Hasn't affected his bowling at all. And James Tidd is in the groove on this lane, as you said, Cass, and it's going to be tough now for the defending champion to find a way back into this one.
Well, the thing is, I think James has got to give this game away. He's locked and loaded into that 1-2 pocket for the left-hander. Looks very relaxed. His game is actually his A game, which he's brought today. And the pressure is all on Jason Belmonte now. There's a vast difference between the rev rate between these two bowlers. Young James Tidd is only averaging just over 400 revs every strike shot he's taking. Belmonte over 600 and rips the rack yet again. Starts himself with a double, so we're all level in game number 2. It's just that 21 pins difference.
It's the confirmation of the maximums. It is still, at the moment, pole position to James Tidd of England. Well, I think he's bowled very, very well indeed.
As I say, both these guys are trying to beat the lane. It appears both of them have. And it's just a matter of who's going to beat the other now. And what a reaction that is. Look at the look on James's face. Whoa, I wanted that. That's 3 in a row. Right out the trap. Thank you very much.
Turkey for Tidd. Great start to the second game, and what he's doing is he's keeping a very firm grasp on this match. And let's face it, if he bowls like that from here on in, there's nothing that Jason Belmonte can do to change the situation. And you wouldn't bet against it, would you?
As soon as that ball went off his hand, he hit his mark and he knew that that was correct. And it just sailed down the same place time after time and ripped the rack. Now, is this a man under pressure? What's going on now? Nervous little laugh there from Jason. Yeah, I can see some movement down there, and a young lady in the front row just kicking her legs backwards and forwards continuously.
Yeah, you can't help it, it's in the corner of your field of vision. Oh, and he copes with it so well. Belmonte is still in there. And all the defending champion can do from here is just keep letting James Tidd know that he's around. And we will see how well the Englishman copes, knowing that the defending champion is still in this match.
Simon, as we saw in the first game, it just takes one open frame to lose the game. That may be the situation in this game as well. And it's just a matter if someone's going to have that open frame. Will it be James? Will it be Jason?
The crowd loving this, and so is James Tidd. Well, the reaction that you get from this young man, his facial expressions as that ball goes down. He's living every single rev by the looks of it.
I think he's realising that nothing's going to stop him striking here except himself. So if he can master the repeatability that he's been showing so far, there's no reason on earth why he's not going to win his match against reigning champion Jason Belmonte. And the nearer he gets to the finishing line, I think the more pressure will be on him.
Belmonte.
This is the man under pressure.
Oh, straight through the head pin, and he's left a split. That might be the game.
That is the 6-7 split from a ball that's gone high through the head pin. And Simon, as you say, and we mentioned just a little minute ago, one open frame could win or lose this match, and this is the one that could be it.
It is open, the second open frame of this match for Jason Belmonte, and he's opened the door for the debutant from England.
Well, yes, he has. That's the situation. Sitting on 4 strikes in a row is James Tidd. He's going to be looking for another one. You can imagine the body language we're going to see if he does. He's really getting wound up now. I hope it doesn't get to him. He can see the winning post.
Oh, no. The worst split you can leave. This is going to be open from Tidd as well, but it's not a major problem yet for James Tidd.
Well, 2 open frames potentially, one for Belmonte, one for Tidd. So we'll be in the same situation as we were. But how unfortunate. That 4-pin sails around the 7-pin and the 6-pin goes around the 10-pin, and you've got a 7-10 split, and that's normally an open frame.
So it gets a little closer than it was. I was a bit concerned that James Tidd was just going to get too hyped up, but he's doing well to control things at the moment. That's how it could end up if they strike from here on out. And as I'll say again, Jason Belmonte, the defending champion, is in trouble.
21 pins adrift if Jason strikes here.
Well, he's getting wider and wider at that delivery line, but he's controlling the hook on the ball in the last part of that lane.
Yeah, he's starting to open this lane up a little bit. There may be some movement of the oil that Jason has just realised, and he's going to have to make some rather quick adjustments as we're running out of frames at the halfway stage already.
James Tidd to keep this marvellous run going. Well, he's lucky that he got that amount of fall from that shot, and Cass, just as he was on the verge of really taking this game away from the defending champion, he's thrown 2 of his weakest deliveries in this competition.
Yeah, only just made the head pin. As you say, he was very fortunate not to leave 2 or 3 pins standing there. It's just a 3-pin on its own, and this should be a straightforward spare for any of these bowlers, but nervous times. Covers it nicely. He was obviously hoping for a strike, but he'll have to settle for the spare, and so it's up to Belmonte to come up now and try and rip some of those pins back.
Well, if it carries on like this through to the end with strikes, then it's an 11-pin game at the moment. So if Belmonte can get back into that set of pins for a double, that's when Tidd is going to start to feel it in this closing phase of the match. Belmonte now knows he's got a chance. He's got the bit between his teeth again, and he's starting to bowl like it once more. Now he's going to put the pressure on James Tidd.
That was such an important ball because it is a double. It covers the open frame that Belmonte had. He's had the turkey in frames 1 to 3. James has had the 4 in a row, so it's very, very close now.
Well, he's had 5 strikes, but the open frame's done the damage. 1 in this game and 1 in the first. Well, he's had a little bit of luck in this match as James Tidd to go with some excellent bowling as well. And he's doing what we like to see from the bowlers here at the World Tenpin Masters. He's making that stage his own, and he's entertaining the crowd. Yeah, pretty fortunate just to kick this 7-pin out.
Gets a little wobble, gets a tap, and well, it counts as 10. And he needs it because Jason Belmonte's already thrown a double and will be looking for a turkey. And that could turn this game right around.
Belmonte. Not going to be a turkey. And a little thumbs up to the crowd there. Almost a wave goodbye, really, from this competition. Something dramatic has got to happen for his opponent, James Tidd, if the defending champion is going to stay in.
Well, you saw how lucky James was with this 7-pin in the corner. Jason left the 10-pin and it was absolutely solid as a rock and just didn't want to know. And that's the difference. One player struck, one player will spare. Nicely covered.
Shake of the head from Jason Belmonte as he walks back to the chair. Grueling journey to get over to the UK for this competition. I just wonder if he's still feeling a little bit of that jet lag. Plenty to think about for Belmonte. It's a long, long way to come for one game. Tidd then.
Almost a must-strike situation here, frame 8.
Oh, it came back for him. He didn't think it was. Little shouts after that delivery, but it did come back into the pocket.
I think he realised he had to strike there because that makes a double, and now Jason Belmonte really is in trouble. The gap widens. And this young man with 2 frames to go can see the finishing line, and he's in front. What a birthday treat he's given himself here.
Still on for the win. And Belmonte once again smashes through that headpin, but this time the revs don't save him.
Yeah, it's almost a look of... he's looking at the TV monitor on the screen there and he's just trying to work out what he needs, and he's actually running out of frames, I'm afraid.
Well, we like Jason Belmonte. The Tenpin bowling fans around the world as well love this young man. And you've seen why, even under pressure, even not bowling at his best in this opening match, he's still great value.
Jason's an absolute fantastic ambassador for Tenpin bowling around the world, and he will look at this defeat and say, let's move on, where's the next tournament? He knows it's been a 2-game shootout and young James Tidd has had his day. And I think we're looking at the winner of this match. Frame 9, the foundation frame, James Tidd working on a double. Can't quite make the turkey. No. 6-pin standing.
Not there for him. And once again, just with that touch of pressure there, that realisation that he's on the verge of something pretty big, he was just a little light into the pocket. Keeps smiling and communicating with the fans in between the deliveries. It's great to see.
Yeah, I think Mum and Dad are in the crowd, and fiancé as well. And I think they realise that that's the game, and Jason gives him a low 5 to say, well, just keep it on the lane, buddy, and you've got me.
What a debut for this man. We said that about Jason Belmonte as well. He exploded onto the World Tenpin Masters scene. And James Tidd looks like he's going to do exactly that. Belmonte then, with what might be the last few deliveries of this year's tournament, starts with a strike. Building well, but it's all too late. And James Tidd's family fan club watching closely. Tough to keep those thoughts out of your head. Job's not done until it's done, and he knows that. Well, what a fairy tale story this has been for this young man to qualify for this event first of all. And with that strike to put out the defending champion, Jason Belmonte, James Tidd has picked up one hell of a scalp.
Absolutely, Simon, yeah. He's earned himself two bonus balls in the 10th frame. This was the nail in the coffin of Jason Belmonte. Right in the 1-2 pocket, and boy, does he know it. Look at that. Oh, on a roll. What a way to come into this tournament. To win a qualifying event, to get in as like a wild carder, to come up against the reigning and defending champion, probably one of the top 2 bowlers in the world in Jason Belmonte, and see him off. That'll do.
It will do very nicely indeed. Well, James Tidd knows that this game is his. But as ever, we're going to see things out from here. So Tidd will finish with his last deliveries. Then Jason Belmonte, and I'm sure the crowd are going to give him a rousing cheer as the Australian finishes off his campaign for 2008. And James Tidd leaves it open to start with a bit of trick shot stuff from Tidd.
224.
Well, that was good stuff from him. This is a tough part of any Tenpin contest, though, but particularly here at the World Tenpin Masters. Jason Belmonte, I'm sure, would just like to put the balls in the bag and leave, but he's going to finish this one off. Great stuff from James Tidd, and well, it's going from bad to worse, I'm afraid, for the Australian.
Well, game over, match over, and he's lost, and the crowd appreciate it. Yeah, here we go.
Right, and what's he got for us?
Yeah, but what a super champion Jason Belmonte's been. A backup ball, just takes 3.
Oh, lovely stuff. Well, we say goodbye to the defending champion, Jason Hollywood Belmonte, and we say happy birthday, James Tidd. Sensational performance from the young Englishman to get through this first round match against one of the very best bowlers in the world. And from the point that he saw the draw and he said, great, I've got the defending champion, he never looked back, and James Tidd has pulled off an absolutely phenomenal result. 469 to him. And Jason Belmonte on 426 goes out of the competition. James Tidd is through to the quarterfinals.
I felt a little awkward, a little uncomfortable out there. That's just part and parcel. I mean, you've only got 4 balls for warm-up, but you get it every year, so I expected it. But he bowled phenomenal. He really did. You know, first time out in the lanes, it's not easy, and he bowled great.
My first aim was to just get a strike in the first frame, and all the nerves went away, and I just played the game. So that was good, very good.
It's never easy to leave a tournament in the first round, especially when you fly so far to come and only play 2 games for an hour. But you know what, that obviously doesn't upset me till the end. I'm not going to quit bowling after it. It's just another hurdle in my career that I've got to jump. And look, I wish James all the best. He definitely has a great ball reaction. He's got a great fan base here, and there's no reason why he can't continue the fairy tale and win the tournament.
So the Masters opens with a sensational victory for James Tidd. Out goes the defending champion. Well, Jason Belmonte never really settled on this lane this year. Movement in the crowd caught his eye one too many times, and after that long and tortuous journey here, now he's heading home. Meanwhile, Tidd can celebrate more than just his birthday. He's through to the quarterfinals. Well, the established names here at the Metrodome this year are well aware of the potential for an upset. The format positively encourages it. Each match is 2 games with the best aggregate score winning. It's great for the fans, but maximum pressure for the top names.
The format's short with 2 games. Anything can happen.
The last few years, no women have made it through the first round, so I'm hoping that maybe I can change that this year.
If I was to win this year, it'd be a lot of weight off my shoulders.
All eyes will now be on James Tidd, who surely has a terrific chance of capturing his first Masters title on his debut year here at the Barnsley Metrodome. Well, he's up in the quarterfinals against the winner of our next match, and that's Guy Kaminsky against Ghislaine van der Tol, here on the partycasino.com World 10-Pin Masters.